And so that's what we're doing in Clinical Somatic Movement. We are using slow, mindful movement and pandiculation to help your nervous system to basically reboot or recalibrate. Hello and welcome back. Now, this is a very special series that I'm going to be sharing with you for the next few weeks. So every year in the month of September, I hold the theme of Somatic in September. So you may be listening to these episodes at a different time of the year, and it doesn't matter because it's applicable all throughout the year. But I like to have set months where we come back and we recalibrate and reevaluate where we are with our health and well-being. So as I stand here today, I have lots of notes that I've scribbled out for you today, and I want to share this information with you because I want us to dial right back. You may be new to Total Somatics, and so that's why I want us all to come together and we're on the same page in this month. So in this first session today, I want us to look at some of the basics, the principles, and then we're going to move on and develop over the next few weeks. Okay, so this is something I do every year, Somatic in September. And so again, welcome if you are very new to the channel. If you are a seasoned viewer, again, thank you for all your support. So let us get started with all my notes that I have around me today. So I will be looking at you through the camera, but I will be also looking at lots and lots of notes that I've scribbled down for you. Okay, so first of all, what I want us to do is understand the depth and the complexity, but also the profound benefits that you can get from clinical somatic movement. And what we're going to be doing is understanding ourselves from the inside out, really starting to dig deep here so that we can connect. So there's 3 points that I want to share with you in today's episode. The first point I want to do is really share with you what it means to be somatic. Okay, so let us go right back to basics here. So the word somatic means, it actually comes from the Greek word soma, which means to be within your living body and experiencing everything from within. And this is different because unlike your body, which tends to imply an object or a structure, our soma refers to this lived, felt, internal experience. So it's how you sense and feel from one moment to the next. It's really living, it's alive there. And so we live in this world that tries to pull us out of ourselves all the time towards tasks, high expectations, bright screens, constant doing, go, 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 go. And so what can happen is we can have this outward focus that can cause us to basically disconnect from our soma. And when this happens, what we start to do is we're no longer really sensing and feeling internally. Remember, we're no longer living this internal experience. Instead, we're just running on stress patterns and behaviors, and we're living on autopilot. So clinical somatic movement, what that will do is help to reconnect us back to this inner experience. And this is because it's a neuromuscular re-education system. Basically what it's going to do is it's gently going to teach your brain how to release chronically tight muscles. It's going to help you to improve your posture, restore this fluid flow-like movement that you have. And it's going to do all this from the inside out. That's the powerful part. The second point I want to share in this episode today is that you are more than a body. So you'll notice that many times in my episodes, many of the podcast episodes, I'll refer to your soma rather than your body. And the reason is we are more than a body, because when we are basically being somatic, it means that your body isn't something that you have, it's something that you are. So again, let's consider that again. Being somatic means you are understanding that your body isn't something that you have, it's something that you are. So that really means that you are a living system of sensations, thoughts, memories, movement, awareness. We are very sensory. And the truth is we have more sensory than motor nerves. That tells us a lot. Think of all our senses that we have. All of that is allowing us to perceive and read and interpret the world around us. And so when we are truly somatic, we are present. You see, what we start to notice is the subtle changes. You'll notice your breath rate shifting. You might notice internal rhythms and behaviors. You may notice how stress shows up in your body. Maybe it shows up in your shoulders. Maybe it's in your jaw, your neck, your hips, your lower back. Notice, where are your hot spots? Where do you seem to notice these things show up? Because this work is very subtle. It's very profound as well. And it's for everybody. Everyone that has a brain, it's for everybody. So whether you're in pain, you feel disconnected, or you simply want to just deepen your awareness, this is where Clinical Somatics is for you. It's a gentle and effective way for you to come back into yourself, to start to sense and feel how you are from within and make those changes. The third point I want to share with you is that pandiculation is actually your body's built-in reset. Really important that we start to bring pandiculation back into our life. Because let us look at our cats and our dogs. Let's think of a cat, for instance. Have you ever noticed a cat, maybe your dog if you're a dog person, and you see their little bums stick up in the air and their front legs extend out and they do a big yawn with that movement? That's a pandiculation. They're not stretching. It's part of a 3-step process. And what they're doing there is a natural way to reset their neuromuscular system. They're resetting the sensory and motor parts of their brain and how that communicates to their muscles. It's incredible to see in action. And so that's what we're doing in Clinical Somatic Movement. We are using slow, mindful movement and pandiculation to help your nervous system to basically reboot or recalibrate. So let's consider this. We don't want to be stretching a muscle. We don't want to be stretching tight muscles at all, because that's not going to change anything. What we need to do is we need to teach your brain how to let go of that tension. Remember, stretching is such an archaic, such an old-fashioned view, because of course we've moved forward now with neuromuscular science and pain science, mindfulness practices. We realize now that pulling the living daylights out of a muscle is not going to change the length of the muscle. We need to re-educate your brain, which is the control center for all muscle contraction and also for muscle release. So it's less about force and more about awareness. Really important for us to notice that. So I'd like us to take away a practice today that I really want to share with you. This is where we're really starting to bring pandiculation into effect straight away. I'm bringing it in the first week here because I'd love you to really take hold of this. Keep practicing it through the months. And I would really encourage you, maybe if you could, to take a photo of yourself. So take a photo from the front, back and both sides. Maybe make a note of how you feel today. If you feel rigid, if you feel pain, if your breathing is shallow. Make a little diary of how you feel today with those photographs. And then I'm going to give you a movement practice, which is pandiculation and clinical somatic movement. And I'd love you to practice this each day. If you can't do it each day, just try and do it a few days each week throughout the month. And at the end of the month, just notice how you feel. Notice the shifts and the changes, because what you've been doing is changing the way that your brain communicates to your muscles and switching the state of your nervous system. And again, at the end of the month, if you can take photos again, front, back and both sides, and just keep a journal throughout the months of how you've been feeling, just notice the changes and notice the improvements. And I would love to hear from you. So if you keep a note of that, please let me know, because I talk down this camera and I just want to hear from you at times, and I love hearing from you, but I want to hear from you with these things in particular. They are so profound. And since 2001, I've been working in clinical practice. I have seen so many transformations, so many changes in people's health and well-being, and I'd love you to experience that too. So make this your regular practice. However, what I'd encourage you to do is, once you know that movement practice that I'm going to share the free resource with you in a moment, I'd encourage you, could you take little snippets like the shoulder parts, the shoulder sequence? Could you incorporate that in a sitting or a standing variation? Just bring in some little mini sessions throughout your day. So what you're doing is continuing to regulate your nervous system and your muscular systems throughout the day. So again, stay connected with me. I'd love to hear how you're getting on. And again, keep your questions coming. Leave any comments and questions here below this video, and I'll check on them too. So the free resource, if you're ready and willing and waiting with your pen, if you go to totalsomatics.com/gift, GIFT, totalsomatics.com/gift. And in that 33 minutes, it's a really powerful technique. You may have experienced it in the past. You may have practiced it in the past. If you have, I'd encourage you to use this month to come back to it. Use it as a bit of a neuromuscular reboot or reset or recalibration. But make a real focus this month on taking those photos of your posture at the beginning of this month and at the end, and also noticing by journaling often throughout the month how you're feeling, how your pain levels are changing, how your breath rate is feeling, maybe the quality of your sleep. Make a note of this, truly somatic in September. See if you can be totally somatic, and then we can see how we are at the end of the month. So I look forward to hearing from you throughout the month, and especially at the end, so stay connected. So until next time, I will see you soon. All my love and my very best wishes. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.